Hey guys, it's your girl Urban Chick 1 and I'm going to make this wig review video. So this wig I made myself. This wig I made with here from Aliexpress, Queen Weave Beauty LTD. I purchased this here with my own money. So the specs of this hair is 3 bundles and 1 closure, and the hair is 16, 14 inches, and I have a 5x5 closure. And I leave hair out, and I know you can see here because I'm inside and I don't feel like putting concealer or anything. It's a self-quarantine, people, but so this is as good as you gonna get. The fact that I even had to put this wig on was a lot. But anyway, so let me stand up. I'm 5'4", and this is not sponsored. I purchased this here with my own money. This is their body wave. Again, 3 bundles, 18, 16, and 14. So this is the hair. This is the natural curl of the hair. Let me just stand up so you can. So this is where it stops. I really like this hair, and honestly, I have not been posting that much. Like I purchased a lot of different wigs that I have not made reviews on, and I have not been posting a lot of videos because I've had bad experiences, and I just got sick and tired of always posting reviews, and they're always bad reviews on bad reviews on the hair. And it was just the hair was the last wig I had was so bad I threw it in the garbage. I threw it in the garbage after wearing it for probably 3 or 4 weeks, and I spent, I don't know, 200 or so. I spent a good pretty penny on that hair. And disclaimer, I'm not a hairstylist. I'm not licensed, but this is just my opinion. If you want a really good construction wig, I would recommend just making it yourself, buying bundles and buying the frontal and the closure, and just making the wig yourself instead of actually buying the wig, because it seems like unless you spend a pretty penny, like $400 or more, it's just no, this is my opinion, it just trash. Only wig that I think I love as much as this one is my Wow African straight hair wig. But I purchased another wig that they had on sale, and it was like a loose, it was like some type of curly bohemian whatever, and it shredded, it got matted. It was just horrible. It would, like, clumps would come out every time I watch it. But anyway, I digress. Point is, I think if you want a really good wig, buy the bundles and buy the closure or the frontal yourself, and then make the wig yourself on a cap. Because I wondered, why is it that when I make my wig, the hair doesn't shed as much, there isn't a lot of tangles in the back, and it lasts a lot longer compared to a pre-made wig. And I've noticed that the tracks, and this is the hair I have left from this bundle. So what I've noticed is that the tracks that are done on bundles is constructed 10 times better than the individual tracks you'll see on a lace frontal wig. On a lace frontal wig, you'll have the frontal and then the back will be tracks. But the tracks that they do on lace frontal wigs are very thin, and I've noticed it's very easy for the strands to just come out. And the problem with that, so it's basically shedding. Your wig is shedding. When the strands come out, those loose strands, they intertwine with the intact strands, and that creates a lot of tangle and matting. And also, when I would wash wigs, like, the hair would just come out in clumps, and I would detangle it before washing, but even after washing and putting in the conditioner, and I'll try to use a wide tooth, the hair would come out in clumps. And then when it would start thinning out, and then when I would walk, it was just a mess. Like, a lot of the wigs I've had recently were just bad. So from now on, I'm going back to how I used to make my own wigs, like, years ago. Instead of just buying it pre-made, I'm making my own wig from now on. And I realized when you buy bundles, the wig itself is 10 times more thick compared to buying a wig that's usually on average they're 130% density, and you have to spend a pretty penny if you want it to be 150 or really thick. But if you buy the bundles, like this hair this isn't all in the front. This is 3 bundles and a closure. Like, this hair is, to me, is pretty thick. So yeah, I think, you know, you're better off if you want your wig to last longer. Just buy the bundles, you know, track, and then just the frontal. That's just my opinion. So far I did, before I went on self-quarantine, as most of New York City is, I did wear this wig out for about a week outside, and I haven't really had any tangles in the back. Also, the shedding, I get 1 strand. Like, if I get 1 to 3 strands of just doing this, I'm like, yes, thank you, Jesus. Because the other weeks, when I would run my hand, I would get like 10 strands. Yep, I get 1 strand. So yeah, so far I really like this hair. And look, I keep it real because I bought this with my own money. Watch my other hair reviews if you want to, and you'll see, like, I'm honest about them. Like, I've had some experiences, and I'm not afraid to admit it or even say it. But one con I will say is that with the closure, and this is with every single time I purchase here, the closure, the ends on the closure were a lot more dry than the ends on the actual bundles. And so when I actually wet the hair to loosen up the curl with the body wave, these are the natural curls. But the closure was a little frizzy, so I did have to go in. Like, I did this probably 2-3 weeks ago when I was out, you know, a week before I wore it outside. I went in with my wand, and I only curled the hair on the top that was part of the closure, because it wanted to blend with the natural curl of the bundle. So I will say with the closure, the tips of the hair was a little bit more dry, in my opinion. And when it wet, it didn't have much of a curl definition as the natural body curl of the rest of the hair. And that's always been the case. Every time I order a closure, it always is different than the bundles. I don't know why that always happens. I guess because the process is different, since they have to put the strands on the lace, whatever. But anyway, so that was one con, but it was easily solved by me just using my wand, and it was fine, and blending fine. The hair was fine. So, and that's it. So I will be rocking this hair when I do go outside, and hopefully that'll be a month or 2 months or whenever this, I'm gonna call it the Rona, whenever Rona decides to leave planet Earth. It's springtime, and then the summer's coming up. I really think Aliexpress Queen Weave Beauty is a good way to go if you're looking for really nice body wave hair. All I know is once I back to regular life, I will be rocking this wig until it gets too hot. I will say this, for me personally, everyday life, this hair is very long. Like, it's just too long for my personality, so I'm probably going to cut it up to like here. So that's about 2-3 inches. Like, I'm just going to cut it up to like here. When I was in my 20s, I loved the long hair, but now it's just too much. Like, it just looks so unrealistic to me having this long hair. So I just wanted to try it out, but I'm going to just cut it right here and just rock it. So again, this is my review on the Queen Weave Beauty Aliexpress. If you have any questions, post below, or any comments on it. And again, I did not feel like pressing out my leave out or concealing, because I'm about to take this wig off. I'm staying at home, so I ain't doing all that. I ain't doing all that. So again, this is your girl Urban Chick 1, and thank you for watching. And if you have any questions or comments, post below. Also subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay,